Welcome back to my channel. Pruning and training are among the most important processes for achieving the desired yield and quality in most trees, especially fruit trees, as well as roses. However, I will show you a few basic rules so that you can understand whether those who claim to know this process and prune the plants in your garden are doing it right or wrong. With this information, believe me, you'll even be able to do the pruning yourself. Now, let's see together how to prune correctly and incorrectly. You can start pruning after the trees have shed 70% of their leaves. Pruning should not be done when the buds on the branches have burst and the flowers have bloomed. Never fertilize right after pruning. If you do, you will cause parasitic branches to emerge. Last year, when this sapling was just a straight stick, we started the training pruning. We made our cut at the top. Now it's the second year, and for goblet pruning, we'll leave 3 branches. There are more than 3 branches that we allowed to grow from last year. We'll keep the 3 branches that are growing healthily and have almost equal angles and cut off the rest. We can see it more clearly when we look from above. As seen in the picture, their angles should be almost equal. Now, the first, we cut off the branches we don't need. Prune all of them except for the 3 branches you've chosen. Now, we'll do tip pruning on these branches we've kept. When doing tip pruning, you need to know where to cut. You should prune 1/3 of the branch. An easier way to measure is to, when you bend the branch like this, the point where the bend stops is where you should prune. When pruning, you should cut just above the bud facing the direction you want the branch to grow. If you cut above this one, it will grow here, this one here, and this one here. Since I want it to grow in this direction, I will cut above this one. So, how should the correct cut be made? If we cut too close to the base like here, we damage the bud. It shouldn't be cut this close to the base. Here, on the contrary, the cut was made too far out. Here, since raindrops will fall directly on the bud, it will damage the bud. It shouldn't be cut this long either. All the nutrients will try to feed this part as well, but we want the bud to be nourished. This is the ideal pruning. Actually, it should be cut a little higher than this. The backside should be cut so that it comes right above the bud. It should be cut just above the cut, as shown in this picture. Not too short. Just a little longer than this. We've done our pruning just the way we want. When I move on to the second branch, I measure it the same way. I select the bud facing outward from the part that doesn't bend and cut just above it. I'm bending the 3rd branch as well. I select the bud in the direction I want the branch to grow and cut it there. When I check after pruning, I can see that they're almost equal. In fact, I could cut this one a bit more. I think it's better now. We're going to do a few things to this apricot sapling as well. This sapling is 3 years old, so how can we tell its age? Let's count together. The trunk is its 1st year. The branch coming out of the trunk is the 2nd year, and the branch growing from that branch shows us it's 3 years old. Since these 3 main branches are enough for us, we'll prune everything from the base of the sapling up to these 3 branches. In fact, I am carefully cutting these small pieces in between as well. From each branch, another branch has grown out evenly, and when we look from above, they're almost at equal angles. These equal angles will allow the tree to grow with balanced weight in the coming years. Here, we'll also do a tip pruning. Just like before, we can determine the cutting point by bending the branch and cutting about 1/3 of it. From this area, we'll cut just above the bud in the direction we want the branch to grow. It's a very clean cut, indeed, very much so. I'm cutting the other tips using the same method. Our pruning is finished. The direction in which you want the next branches to grow is very important. It should be done in a way that doesn't choke the tree and so that it looks balanced when it grows. For example, this one will grow in this direction. Let's have this one extend its branch to the right as well. The balance of the random tree is very important. On this sapling, I will also perform a central leader pruning. When performing training pruning, the tip is cut about 5 centimeters longer so that we can easily tie the nearby branch here. I will tie this branch here with a string and soon it will become the leader and start growing upright. This process is done in arid regions so that the tree can protect itself from the sun with its leaves. In the goblet technique we did earlier, we left 3 branches. Here, including the leader, there will be a total of 4 branches. I'm not pruning right now because I fertilized these about 3 weeks ago. You can prune about 1.5 to 2 months after fertilizing. Similarly, you can fertilize 1 or 2 months after pruning. If you don't follow this, vigorous shoots will start to form. If you want to watch how to fertilize a fruit tree, you can access the video from above or from the link I'll add in the description. Also, when pruning, you need to be able to distinguish well between fruit buds and leaf buds, just like on this apple tree. These are fruit buds. And these are leaf buds. Fruit buds are found on 2-year-old branches anyway. If you cut the fruit buds while pruning, that's it, no luck for you. Also, make sure not to touch these when pruning. These are called karga. Karga are fruit branches that are 7 to 10 centimeters long. Often, flower and fruit buds form at their tips in the 2nd year. These should not be touched during pruning. The karga branches are at equal angles. These equal angles will allow the tree to grow with balanced weight in the coming years. Here, we will also do tip pruning. Just like before, we can determine the cutting point by bending the branch and cutting off 1/3 of it. From this area, we will cut just above the bud in the direction we want the branch to grow. It turned out to be a very clean cut. I'm cutting the other tips using the same method. Our pruning is finished. The direction in which you want the next branches to grow is very important. It should be done in a way that doesn't choke the tree and will look balanced as it grows. For example, this one will grow in this direction. With this one, we'll extend its branch to the right side as well. The balance of the tree is very important. On this sapling, I will also perform a central leader pruning. When performing training pruning, the tip is cut about 5 centimeters longer, so that we can easily tie the nearby branch here. I will tie this branch here with a string and soon it will become the leader and start growing upright. This process is done in arid regions so that the tree can protect itself from the sun with its leaves. In the goblet technique we did earlier, we left 3 branches. Here, including the leader, there will be a total of 4 branches. I am not pruning right now because I fertilized these about 3 weeks ago. You can prune about 1.5 to 2 months after fertilizing. Similarly, you can fertilize 1 to 2 months after pruning. If you don't follow this, water sprouts will start to form. If you want to watch how to fertilize a fruit tree, you can access the video from above or from the link I will add in the description. Also, when pruning, you need to be able to distinguish well between fruit buds and leaf buds. Just like on this apple tree. These are fruit buds. And these are leaf buds. Fruit buds are already found on 2-year-old branches. If you cut the fruit buds while pruning, that's it. There goes your crop. Also, make sure not to touch these while pruning. These are called karga. Karga are fruit branches that are 7 to 10 centimeters long. Often, flower and fruit buds form at their tips in the 2nd year. These should not be touched during pruning either. Along the length of the karga, there are wood buds. Over time, these can also turn into spurs. We've come to the end of another video. Share this video so everyone can see it. Leave a comment below. At the very least, write some feedback, like a simple thank you or a suggestion. If you liked the video, click like, and if you're new to my channel, you can support me by subscribing for free. If you want to be the first to know about new videos, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and activate the bell. See you in my next videos.